Here we are for the weekly vault number 2. The last week was a mage focused week, so we'll start this week off by doing the mage loot. I went ham on this mage, and he got to like 267. I think I did like 20 Theater of Pain so far to try and get a ruby. The last thing I need on this guy is rubies. Ruby IQD, like even an ordnance I would take, any trinket basically that does a big damage boost. But this guy is really fun so far. Oh, you can, you can see him even. I'm literally parked outside of Theater of Pain. What I've been doing is just logging in, doing 5 to 10 Theater of Pains, like level 5 to level 10 Theater of Pains, because they're so much easier and more efficient. But the loot in this game is in a very bad spot in terms of systems. Like it's technically possible that I would just like never ever get a ruby, and that's gonna be very sad. And I only have so much willpower to run Theater of Pain for so long. But last week in Mythic Plus, this guy was very hard and very annoying because of quaking. So I'm looking forward to a week where you don't actually have to plan your whole rotation around the affix. What is it this week? This week I think is Sanguine and Necrotic, if I recall correctly. So that's going to be way easier. Arena as a thing, I will not do that most likely. So I really desperately need the trinket. I've gotten 4 oozes in a row. I've gotten oozes from like 242 to 252 to just gradually upgrading them over and over again. This thing is a world quest trinket that I've had the entire time. If I end up getting a weapon, I won't be mad at it, but I desperately need some kind of a trinket. I think it sims 2k DPS higher on this guy. And now that I can actually just do damage this week, I want to see like how high can this burst go, you know? So, here we go. Here it comes. Please don't be a not ruby. Of course. Of course. Oh man. Okay. Well, what do we need? I guess we just take the headpiece, because that is a slight eye level upgrade, but that is completely tragic. 272, 278. Yeah, all these things are 272 at this point. Well, no ruby. So, I guess that means one more week. Oh, do you hear that crying sound? Somebody else is crying because their loot is terrible as well. Yeah, man. Loot. Loot in PvE is just so bad. I don't know why they do this. Okay, why can't they just have one person make a vendor, put him right there, make him sell trinkets, and let you actually buy the thing you need? Now that I have at least like 5,000 valor, I've had like 10,000 valor that I spent otherwise in this character because I've done so many runs of Theater of Pain. But that is big sad number 1 in my loot boxes. I think I might only have 2 loot boxes on the shaman though. I really focus on the mage this time, but I'll probably like make it a bit more balanced next time. I won't do so many overkill dungeons on the mage now that I don't have to gear him as well. But the ruby situation is definitely very sad. Oh, and I am parked outside on my shaman. My shaman's got a pretty good year now. I think if I can get like a weapon, an offhand weapon, that would put me in a pretty good spot. But I don't have many things that I really care about. I think on this guy, really anything that I can get would be nice if it's not an upgrade. I've gotten so many Shadowgrass totems on this guy. Do I already have a back piece here? I guess this is a pretty good upgrade then. Actually, this is probably Abyss. So okay, we have a Abyss cape. We did a couple of push weeks. Sorry, a couple of push keys last time. Last week on the shaman, and I think we got like two 20 23s. We failed a streets, and I think we've almost sworn off doing streets at all at this point, just because it's such an unfun dungeon, especially for our warlock who's a caster. last week it was really, really bad because streets between quaking and all of the interrupts and the boss windows for doing damage are so narrow and so punishing that the fun level just doesn't exceed the pain level high enough to justify going back in there. Like I think we're gonna get like a 22 run there and just like call it a day and focus on the other dungeons. Let me just enchant this cloak so I don't forget to do it with avoidance, of course. This week though, on this guy, it'll be way easier as well compared with last week at least. Well, I guess last week didn't really matter at all on this guy, so it was tough on the mage. Oh, this guy didn't really matter. And this week, we won't really matter either. Like Grievous and Sanguine don't seem like they're too bad for melee, as long as you don't, as long as you're not a AOE area class like a mage or a fire mage or a LE shaman, you're pretty much set. So that or arcane is going to be set as well in that regard. We did one Shadow Priest key because I still feel obligated to at least maintain him, and I think that was a Spires of Ascension, and I went in there thinking I was going to be performing very poorly because it was like a weekly key and things are going to die too fast, and I was right. I performed poorly, except on the first boss, where I performed very well. Got like 15k, and that was that. Then I just called it. But he's as good as anyone else on this week as well. Actually, technically, like he's pretty good in this week. Like if I was playing him seriously as Grievous, like I would be able to contribute a lot, just like to Grievous healing through Vampiric Embrace, and that would make some things very convenient for healers when they would otherwise get behind. And on keys like Sanguine Depths, the third boss of Sanguine Depths is pretty tough for healers because you get big AoE damage periodically, and it's just so hard for healers to catch up. So I would just burst one of those down with my oh hey, okay. Mastery crit. I'll take it. With my Vampiric Embrace. That's 252? Actually, that's pretty big. And his item level is actually not that bad. 252. Let me just sell this. Get rid of it forever. That is a over a 1 item level increase. Well, now I actually forgot it already because it's gone. But that is a big increase, bringing my mastery up to 16%. My crit to 21. Actually, this guy's kind of low on haste somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but he definitely could use an offhand though. I don't think I have an offhand. One day, look at him. He has a 278 ruby. I don't even think I tried to get it on him. I think I just got it like randomly in the vault. Yeah. So he has a ruby, but my new pride and joy doesn't have a ruby. Ah, sigh. The way that the loot works in this game. Very sad. And I don't think I did one on the DK. I'll have to check to see if I did it on the DK. I think it might just be those 3 characters. In which case I'll have to like update my thumbnail. I definitely put a ruby icon with a question mark on the thumbnail. And maybe that was what doomed me to not get one. We may not have one on this guy. I think I tried to get one on this guy, and then the group fell apart, and then we just we called it on live stream. Yeah, nothing on this guy. So that's pretty much it for all of the loots. Let's see. Can I check? I'm not sure why I'm not seeing. My MDT doesn't know anymore what's going on. But I'm pretty sure it's Sanguine. It's I'll double check really quick right now. Mythic plus affix. This week is looks like they haven't. Inspiring Quaking is last week, and then this week is Fortified Sanguine Grievous. Yeah, so it's actually a pretty good week. I like this week. I don't mind it that much as a tank either, and it's like a tank and healer affix week. So DPS are going to actually be free to just destroy everything. I mean, there are some hard dungeons where Like one of the things that would be very valuable is in Halls of Atonement, anything where there's like an asymmetry in the pull sizes, having big funnel or big priority damage on something like a shard in these larger pulls where they have like over twice the health of the other people around them is gonna be like very handy because that's where the time sink will be. It'll be in these bigger guys getting Sigmund healed, which is really nice because like on both of my characters that I'm focusing on now, they do like really good funnel. So like I can just like lava lash this thing to death on Enhancement Shaman, and Arcane Mage just does that naturally, just like big priority damage. So the only thing to keep in mind here is just focus your damage on all of these like high priority mobs whenever you have them. I think yeah, Spires is like another good example of where these things. Actually, Sanguine Depths has a lot of priority mobs too, like especially in the Ring of Transference. These larger like Grand Overseers and like the Custodian as well. Lots of examples where I think the whole expansion like priority and funnel is like you know very very valuable. So it'll be a nice week. Probably get a couple of decent push keys in. We're gonna hope to do some 24s this week. I think we haven't timed a 24 yet, but we're getting there. And Fortified Week is definitely fun for overall as well. So I want to see what the mage can do in Fortified Keys finally. Um, Good luck in your weekly vaults, and let me know how it goes for you. See ya.